Hello, everybody. Welcome to P again. And today's exciting because we get to the silver level of jump roping for our class, which is great. So in order to do this, you should have watched the basic jump rope lesson we did on our YouTube page. If you haven't, go back, check that out. We're going to review some of those things today here just to kind of get us back into it. And then we're going to get to our silver level jump rope activities. We're going to be learning some different jumps today. In order to move on to the next level, which is the gold level, we have to nearly perfect the different jumps in the silver level. Okay, so we're going to go over all those today. Remember that jump rope is number one, most importantly, fun. It should be a fun and exciting exercise for you, something you can really work on, and you're going to get better and better and better at it with more practice. Okay, with that, it's also hard. All right, it's not easy. It takes a lot of coordination. You got to be moving your wrists and your feet and different parts all at once. So it's really good for coordination, which is great. So just keep going. Work as hard as you can. Don't give up. If you're doing a particular jump and you're struggling with it, just keep practicing. I promise you that you will get better and better, and pretty soon you won't even be thinking about it. You'll be doing it so well. Okay. Also, remember, jump rope is great because not only is it fun and it's working on our coordination, it's one of the best exercises you can do. We've talked about that. It's a full body exercise. It works on your coordination. It works on all the different muscles in your body. And it also is great for your cardiovascular health. Okay, so that's super. We want to continue that. It's got lots of different benefits. I got something on my computer I got to get rid of real quick. Okay, so we are going to remember our buy-in. The buy-in means that we are going to do a little pledge with our jump rope. So if you could, take one hand, put it over your heart, raise your other hand, okay? And I want you to repeat after me. I will always try my best. I will not give up. And I will learn to jump rope. Those three things, trying our best, never giving up, and really going for the learning of jumping rope is super important for us, okay? So let's just get right into it. We're going to talk about the single bounce real quick, which is good. We're going to call our basic jump. Okay, our basic jump is just going to be a single bounce. If you remember from our last video, we talked about the proper way to jump, which means our feet are together. They're not staggered. Okay, they're not wide. They are together. This gives us the best way to get through the arc of the rope when we are jumping. Okay, so that's very, very important. Feet together. Remember, knees slightly bent. And when we do this, we are bouncing. We are not taking big jumps for these. The bigger jump you make, the higher jump you make, the more you get out of balance, and it's tougher to move your arms. So remember, it's just bouncing. Okay? So let's practice this together. Feet together, knees bent. We're going to work on basic jump, which for us is going to be just a single bounce, just up and down. Remember, your jump rope is only this big. There, that's all you have to get off the ground. So you don't have to take big jumps to get over your jump rope. Okay? If my jump rope's right there, I just got to go here and I'm over it. I don't need big, gigantic jumps. Okay? So feet together, knees bent. We are going to bounce for 5 or 10 seconds. Okay? Ready? Go. Keep bouncing, and stop. Perfect. Now we're going to add the jump rope to our bouncing. Also, a reminder from our last video, super, super, super important. Where our hands are on our hips, and then we're going to go out 6 to 12 inches, and they're going to stay there. Remember that my elbows are backwards. My shoulders are back. We are not moving our arms when we jump rope. No arm movements. Elbows, shoulders are going to be perfect to keep our wrists moving for jumping rope. They are going to counterbalance our wrist movement. If we move our arms, we can't move our wrists. We've got to get it locked in here. Elbows back, shoulders straight, and we're there. Right there with our jump rope. We're going to work on single bounce. So remember, I'm not jumping high. I'm always going to put my feet together first. I'm always going to put my hands to my side, go out 6 inches or so. Remember, my hands can't be forward. They can't be too far backwards. They got to be right in here. Okay, and we are just going to single bounce. just like this. If you've got to go slower, that's fine too. Okay, if you want to go fast, that's fine too. But we are doing just basic jump. Basic jump. We're going to practice this, okay? I'm going to put on some music for us to practice and kind of have some fun with when we do this, okay? My music went away. All right, so here we go. When the music starts, I want you working single bounce. Remember, get the feet together, knees bent, hands to your side, right there off your hips, 6 to 12 inches. Work on keeping your elbows back and your shoulders back. Do not let them move. I do not want to see big arm circles. Big arm circles make you not be able to jump rope very well, okay? Wrist circles. Here we go. Small bounces with the music. Ooh, we got a little party rock. Okay, go. You're going to keep jumping, keep going until the music stops. On the side, look at my arms. They're not moving. My wrists. Okay? If you mess up, that's okay. Just get the rope back and go again. Keep going. Ten seconds. Small bounces, wrists moving only. And stop. Excellent job. Okay? All right. So that was the single bounce. Also, please make sure that you have something to drink with you. Okay? Get some water. Take a little sip right now. We just did some jumping. It's good to have a little water. Okay? I also forgot to mention at the beginning of the video, make sure that you guys got lots of room around you. It's tough for me to jump in here because of things, especially the ceiling. So sometimes my jump rope hits the ceiling, which is not good. So make sure that you are in an area where you can jump rope and you got some room. You're not hitting the dog or cat or mom or dad or the couch or anything else. Just get some space. If you can go outside, that's great too. Okay, so that is the basic jump single bounce. Now we are going to work on the basic jump double bounce. We're just going to call it double bounces though, because our basic jump's always just going to be one. So what's the difference between a single bounce and a double bounce? This double bounce, you're going to make 2 hops before the rope comes around. So on single bounce, we're like this, okay? Double bounce, you gotta be quicker a little bit with your feet, or you have to slow your rope down, okay? That's the key. The rope's gonna be slower, so you can bounce twice before the arc comes back around. So, okay, here is the difference between single and double bounce, okay? When I'm doing a single bounce, I'm 1. See my feet? 1 time. Now watch double bounce. Can you hear it? You see how my feet hit twice? Same thing mechanically. I've still got my wrists against my hips, out 6 to 12 inches. My knees are bent. Everything's the same. The difference is I'm going to do double bounces. So let's just practice this together. Feet together, knees bent. Here we go. Double bounce. Ready? 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And stop. Great job. Grab your jump rope. We're going to do 30 to 40 seconds of double bounce jumps. Okay? And here we go. I don't know why my thing is popping off. Here we go. Double bounce jumps. Ready? Set. Go. Once again, arms do not move. It's wrist only. Keep going. 5 seconds. And stop. Good job. Okay, once again, grab your water, get a little drink. Perfect. So we just learned 2 different jumps. We learned the basic jump, which is where everything starts, okay? And the double bounce, which is just a little version of the basic jump, okay? Now we're going to learn backwards, okay? The great thing about backwards is you can add backwards to any single jump that we do. So you can always add a little bit of element to it that makes it maybe a little bit more difficult, a little harder. And it's really not difficult, and it's not that much harder. It's the same exact thing. The only difference is instead of starting with the rope behind me and going forward, I'm going to start with the rope in front of me and go backwards. Okay? That's it. Once again, your arms have got to be to your side and out. The rope starts in front, and I'm not using my arms. I'm using my wrist. And it just seems weird because it's not something that a lot of people practice. Okay? A lot of people are doing forward jumps all the time. Okay? So we're going to do basic jump backwards, and then we're going to do double bounce backwards. And so just with those right there, we've got basic jump backwards, double bounce backwards. That's 4 brand new jumps that you just learned, or 4 that you already known, but you can work on. Okay? So nothing needs to change with our feet. Nothing needs to change with our hands. Okay? We're just going to go backwards with it. Okay? And I'm going to play some music again while we do this. Okay? We'll stay with the Gangnam Style. I like it. All right, here we go. Okay, single bounce. Good. All right, so now let's try some double bounces too. Let's do single bounce and double bounce. Here we go, double bounces. Slow your rope down. You can go single bounce, a little faster, or you can do double bounce, your choice. Go ahead and keep going. Do a little bit of both. Single bounce. Double bounce. Gotta slow my rope down. Good. And stop. Excellent job. Okay? Get a drink. Get yourself a drink. All right. So that's 4 we just learned. We're going to add now single foot. Okay? Great thing about single foot is once again we add it, and we can also go single foot double bounce. We can go single foot backwards, and we can go double bounce single foot backwards. So we just keep adding. So if you ever get to the point where, hey, I'm still on silver level, I have not moved on to maybe gold or platinum or double diamond and diamond, all the other stuff that's going to be coming up, you're going, well, I'm doing the same jumps all the time. You're really not, because you can reverse them going backwards. You can do all of our jumps you're going to learn today with double bounces. So there's lots of different ways. So if we just did basic jump backwards and single foot, and then you added the double bounce to each one of those, okay, you're looking good. You've got 6 to 8 different jumps you can do. When we're talking single foot, the most important 2 things that we have to work on with this, okay, is the same as our basic jump, in that our feet are together. I'm just going to pick my other foot up here. I don't want this foot way out here. I don't want my knee out. I want to keep it almost touching, and sometimes that helps my foot that I'm jumping on. Same thing if I put it down. Look, I'm in my basic jump rope position. Basic jump rope position. What happens is some people start leaning, they get their foot out, they get their leg out, and then they get off balance. That's number 1. So keeping your other foot that you're not jumping on next to the one that you are jumping on is important. Number 2 is some people, when they get to the single foot jump, they start jumping too high. Okay, same thing. We're just bouncing. Nothing changes. We're just bouncing enough for that rope to get underneath our feet. Okay, so Let's practice. Let's get our feet together. Let's bend our knees like we're in a good jump rope position. Pick up your left foot and we're just going to bounce. Look at my shoulders. They're straight. Okay. I'm not leaning. I'm not getting off balance. My foot's not out here. If that does happen, I want to reset, get myself balanced, and just bounce. And stop. Now put your foot down. Be in a good bouncy position. Perfect. Now lift up your other foot, which is your right foot. So you're jumping on your left leg and bounce. You get your hands at your sides. Balance, balance, balance. Okay. That is key for single foot. You really need to learn single foot. And the reason why you need to learn single foot, because we start doing alternate foot a little bit. Okay. We start doing things like elliptical. We're going to do jump rope jacks. We're going to do something called skier. Okay, we're going to do what they call a boxer step. A lot of these jumps we're going to be learning. Your feet are going to be moving, and sometimes you're going to be on one foot. Okay, there's a running man one we do. Okay, so there's lots of different ones we got to learn how to be on one foot with and be in our balance. Okay, so let's grab your jump rope. Okay, I'm going to get the music going. What I want you to do is we are just going to focus on our right foot right now. We're going to do it for like 10, 15 seconds. And then we'll switch to our left foot. And then we'll do some ones where we're switching back and forth. Okay? So here we go. Right foot only. Ready? Remember, get yourself here first. Balance. Good. Okay. As you just saw, very important. I was balanced. I was doing small bounces, but once again, this arm never changes, guys. I don't want you to ever not be 6 inches to 12 inches away from your body, rotating your wrist. You cannot use your arms on this. You will fall over. Okay? You will fall over. Let's go back to our right foot. And here we go. Same thing. Find my spot. Here. Go. Good, and stop. Excellent job. Now, let's work on our left foot. So, once again, balance, pick up your foot, and then start jumping on your left foot. Ready? Go. See, it's gonna mess up sometimes, it's okay. Reset, find your balance point, and go. Good, and stop. Now, one thing that just happened to me on that jump, okay, is we talked about in basic jump, the rope hit and then came up and hit my leg. So, a lot of people think, well, I'm not timing it properly. But if you were to look at my hands, I bet you my arms started moving up. Remember, when my arms move up in front of me, look where the rope hits. Now the rope's going to hit before me and bounce up and hit my leg. Versus when I'm on my side, look where my rope hits. Right where I'm jumping. Okay? So I bet that last one, the rope hit in front of me and hit my leg, I bet you my hands started going forward a little bit, which is one of my mistakes. I always have to remind myself to keep my hands back. It's natural. Some people, it's their arms. My arms usually don't move too much, but sometimes I get in front. Okay? So now we are going to do single bounce, okay, or single foot, single bounces. We're going to go like 4 or 5 in the right foot, 4 or 5 in the left foot. 4 or 5 in the right foot, 4 or 5 in the left foot. Here we go. Ready? Find your spot and go. Good. Keep going. Don't stop until the music stops. You guys are great. And stop. All right. Super job. Get a drink. You guys are doing great. Remember, with all these videos, you can always go back if you want to jump rope with me And you can fast forward through all me talking and trying to teach you what to do and just practice jump roping. Or, okay, later on, you'll see videos where we do our workout videos and our jump rope videos, which is mostly just jumping rope. It's not me talking and explaining. I just have to do this to make you understand what we're doing. Like the next video, we may take silver level practice in, and all we're doing is jumping the whole time. So maybe a half hour of jumping with some music. Okay, so you can do that too. All right. So what's the other thing we can do? We can do single foot double bounces. Okay. So single foot double bounces. I'm just going to go off 1 foot, 2 bounces. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. How do I do that? 2 different ways, and you can combine them. Number 1, speed your feet up with the bounces. Boom, 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 boom. And, or what I like to do is slow my rope down. Okay, it's tough if my rope's going fast for me to hit twice before the rope comes around again. So slow my rope down. You notice that I went to a different rope. This rope is massive. It's a 2-pound jump rope. It's easy for me to slow down. This rope is my speed rope. It's only a 1/4 pound. So it goes by really fast. It's tougher for me to slow down. Okay, so I like to use my big rope when I do double bounces. So let's go single foot double bounces. Let's work both feet when we do this. Okay, and here we go. The music is not good for us today. All right, here we go. Single foot double bounces. Keep going, you guys are doing great. Super. And stop. Very well done. Okay. How else do we make it more difficult? What else can we add? Backwards. Okay. Once again, single foot backwards. Very important. Rope starts in front, sides. Nothing changes with my. Here's my double bounce or single bounce. If I go faster. Okay. So that's pretty easy. Backwards is just a little different with the jump rope. And it's funny, some of the really fast jump ropers you see sometimes on YouTube or online, they never practice going backwards. So you take some of the best jump ropers ever, you tell them to go backwards, it's a little bit different for them, so they don't do as well. So it's important to learn the backwards right away, which is why we're learning it in the silver level. Okay, backwards is more difficult. It's higher on our chart, but we might as well use it now with some of our easier jumps. Okay, so use backwards with your basic jump, use backwards with your double bounce, use backwards with your single foot, and once you guys get the backward stuff, you're going to be rolling with everything. Okay, but I will say a lot of our exercise we really focus on going forwards with, so that's okay, but we can always add an element. If we're ever doing a different level where you're just, this is so easy, try it backwards. Okay, like if you're doing jump rope jacks, you're going, that's easy. I can do this all day, coach. Help me out. Well, backwards is a whole different deal. Not as good as you could tell. All right, because now my timing is going to be completely different. All right, so let's do backwards. Let's do single bounce first. Then if you want to add some doubles in there, we're going to jump rope for about a minute or so. Okay, here we go. Switch my foot. It's tougher. I never do that. Good. And try some doubles. Keep going. A few more seconds. Excellent job. Stop. Get a little drink. And we're going to finish off with a little medley here. Okay? So, you guys have learned basic jump. You've learned basic jump backwards. That's 2. You've learned double jump backwards. You've learned right leg single bounce. You've learned right leg double bounce, left leg single bounce, left leg double bounce. You've learned right leg backwards single bounce, right leg backwards double bounce. That's 10. Left leg backwards single bounce and left leg backwards double bounce. You've learned actually 12 different jumps, little variations, of course, probably 4 if you just turn basic jumps, double bounce, backwards, and single foot. But because of the different ways you can do them, you've actually learned 12 different bounces there, 12 different jumps. So at the end, when all these videos, when we learn, we're going to do something called a medley. And what a medley is, you put a bunch of things together. We're going to put some music on, and you're going to have a couple minutes, and all you're going to do is just go through all the different jumps, kind of without stopping. So maybe start off with some singles, maybe go to some doubles, maybe go to some backwards, maybe go to some single foots, and just switch them all around. Do whatever you want. If it makes you, whatever you feel like doing, if you're going double bounces, all of a sudden you go to a single, then to a backwards, great. Just keep it going for a while, work on some different stuff to practice. Okay, that's all we're doing right now. So here we go. We got some music and start. Keep going. Try to double bounce backward. Slow your rope down if you go double bounce. Keep going, you guys are doing great. You're probably getting a little tired, that's okay. All right, and stop. Great job. That was super. So what I want you to do now, the video is going to stop, but you're not going to stop. I want you to continue doing some medley for me. I want you to practice maybe for 10 or 15 minutes, just by yourself in a spot. Maybe go through all of them in order. Just work your basic jump rope, okay? Really make sure your hands are good. Make sure your arms are in the right spot. You're not moving, okay? Make sure you're ready. And then move on to the double bounce, move on to the backwards, move on to the single leg, okay? That is your homework. And I want you to try to practice nearly every day or every other day. You're not going to be able to get all the silver level done properly until you keep practicing, so we can move on to the next level, which is gold for you guys, okay? So keep practicing. Also, we mentioned this in the last video, and this is the last little point I'll bring up. Please, please, please videotape yourself jumping rope. Grab a cell phone, grab an iPad, grab whatever, even look at yourself into the computer if you have something with like a Zoom that's showing yourself or whatever you want to do, and video yourself doing it so you can see where your arm placement is, because most people, their problem is their arms. They move their arms like this. You can't jump rope like that, okay? You have to just be using wrist with my elbow back and my shoulders back. That can't move. Okay. So you won't, sometimes you don't even know you're doing it until you see yourself. So videotape yourself, have a family member videotape you, or you can do it the old way. Okay. Before we had cell phones and all this stuff, you can do it in front of a mirror. Okay. And you don't even need a jumper. If you're worried about something, hitting something with a jump rope by a mirror, okay, just stand and just do this so you can practice. Okay, visualize not this, but this, where my arms are staying in one spot. Okay, guys, super job. We will see you soon with our next video, and hopefully we can get all this done and move to the gold level. Thanks, guys.